So yeah, I was going down the path of girlfriend, job, mortgage, marriage, and then I discovered marijuana, and it kind of opened my mind a bit, expanded it, and it was like, I don't want to do what everyone else is doing, you know, I want to do something different. Still wanted to travel, still wanted to be on top of the pops.
Right.
But I was stuck at the post office for quite a few years.
And Paul met one of his very best friends, Andy Hardy, when he was working at the post office.
This was way before the band, way before the band. Paul had his, you know, his side parting and his little kind of coloured quiff in his hair, which he refused to remove. He was told by managers in the post office to get rid of the purple stroke pink quiff in his hair, which Paul refused to get rid of. So for that, he was punished and dispatched from where he was working to where I was working, and that's kind of where we met. Fridays was our big day. Friday was payday, and back in the day, you wait anxiously for your wage packet to tip up on a Friday morning, about 10 o'clock, always paid in cash. The money would arrive and you'd all stand there rubbing your hands waiting for yours to be shouted out, and then we'd always head off to the pub. Friday afternoon was pub afternoon, so me and Paul, as soon as we got our wages, as soon as the clock struck 12, that was it, coats on, out of the door, up to the Bull's Head. Had a game of Space Invaders and various other things, usually 2 pints. 2 pints in those days when you first started drinking was a lot of alcohol, and we'd head back to the post office, always late on a Friday, and then go and hide somewhere.
I love that job though. I delivered telegrams.
Really? Naked?
Not naked, but my claim to fame is I delivered the last telegram in the northwest of England.
Did you?
Then the day after it was scrapped.
Who was it to? Can you remember?
I think it was making somebody redundant.
Oh, no, that's not very romantic, is it?
No, we had to do a lot of that, redundancy telegrams.
When me and Paul went out on our post office driving training, that was in the summer of 1981, just in the middle of the riots. It was kicking off everywhere. And I remember one day, the driving instructor said, "Where do you want to go today?" So we said, "Can we go to Liverpool?" Because it was kicking off in Toxteth then, you know what I mean, the place. So we thought, well, let's go to Toxteth and see what it looks like a couple of days after the place was kind of burnt down. And so we were driving up Upper Parliament Street. Me and Paul had been told off on numerous occasions by the driving instructor for misbehaving in the back of the car. We'd both, you know, kind of pull faces at each other whilst the other one was driving, trying to put them off, you know, doing all kinds of stuff, getting on his nerves. And I think we were driving up Upper Parliament Street, and finally the driving instructor completely lost it. He had a complete meltdown. Police vans everywhere, fire engines, ambulances everywhere. There was smoke everywhere. This driving instructor just slammed the brakes on the car, leapt out of the car, runs round. Paul was driving at the time, runs round to Paul's side of the car, pulls the door open, grabs Paul out of the car, yanks him out of the car, takes him round, pins him on the bonnet, and he said, "Right, if you carry on messing about, I'm going to smash your face in." With that, chucks Paul on the floor, runs round to the other side, opens my door, drags me out, pulls me to the back of the car, pins me onto the boot of the car, and said, "Same goes for you." That sheepishly, we got back in the car. Not a word was spoken. Me and Paul, lips trembling like that, all the way back to Manchester. Oh, it was hilarious. Hilarious. Yeah, we behaved after that.
What kind of television shows were you watching at this, other than Top of the Pops?
The Old Grey Whistle Test.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
Sunday night.
Yeah.
My dad would go off.
Bob.
Yeah, my dad and mum would go off to the folk club, and we'd go round to Pat and Matt's house, my Auntie Mary's house, doing the record thing. But on Sundays, it was always the Old Grey Whistle Test. Yeah. And I loved it, and that was like a more mature Top of the Pops.
Yeah. It was quite prog rock, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was a lot of prog rock.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Do you remember watching Tony Wilson on Garrard Reports and having an opinion about him?
I remember his TV show. Was it called So It
Yeah.
Goes? Yeah, I remember him on So It Goes because he was having punk bands on.
Yeah.
That was around about the time punk was exploding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. I didn't think, oh, I don't like him.
No, he was very flamboyant and a real maverick newsreader, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I remember him doing his show with his big long scarves on and stuff.
And he got sacked a couple of times for swearing on air.
Did he?
Yeah, but they always took him back because he was a great
He
character.
was amazing, wasn't he?
Great
amazing.
character.
Holidays, family holidays. Tell me about those.
Last 2 weeks in August, all the way through high school, the last 2 weeks in August, we always went to the same place, same caravan. That's Perranporth in Cornwall.
Yeah? And what kind of things did you do?
Well, when we first started going, I was only 11 years old.
Right,
So it was just a beach thing, and there's big waves there, so you could go bodyboarding.
right.
So I did a bit of that. But by the time I was like 14, I still went on holiday with my parents, but I was going in the pub.
Really? At 14?
14, yeah.
With Sean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And did they know that you were drinking?
Yeah.
They didn't mind?
No, they didn't mind.
It was a pub garden, in the gardens. And him and Dave used to sneak a little shandy, I think.
Would you say that they were very kind of liberal parents for the time, or were they normal? Like, were they more liberal than regular parents, do you think, or not?
I think it was pretty liberal. They didn't drink when I was growing up. My parents never drank. It was only later on in life they both started drinking.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they was pretty liberal. They just let us do what we was doing.
Do you think that they should have been more disciplined with you?
I don't think so, no.
No, it wouldn't. Maybe history would have been different.
Would have been very different.
Yeah. And how would you describe your relationship with your mum and dad?
Great. Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Always really good, yeah.
And what about?
I think I tried leaving home when I was 12 because they wouldn't let me have a salamander,
What's one of those?
a lizard. I wanted a lizard and they said no, so I left home.
Paul decided he wanted a tropical lizard, and Derek said, "No way. If you think we're keeping that lamp on and heating the thing up all the time, and what'll happen, your mother will end up looking after it, or I will. You are not having a tropical lizard." Right, I'm leaving home. So he gathered his washing off the maiden, the wet washing that was drying, got a little backpack, and Sean came in and he said, "I've just seen Paul with a suitcase on his back. Where's he going, peddling like that?" "Oh, he's left home. He's gone to Nana's because he can't have a tropical lizard." Oh, anyway, it got to tea time and he came sneaking in. And I said, "What you doing here?" He said, "Oh, I thought I might as well come home." He said, "Because they're only having chips and eggs, so I've come home for my chicken dinner."